Hey there, this is Paul Secord, the Gospel Road Coach, coming to you today from Detroit, Michigan. I hear sirens in the distance, so pray for my safety. But I'm not going to let that stop me from giving you all a great stage tip today. I was just coaching somebody about this the other day. It's very, very important. I want you to plan your concert. Yeah, plan out your concert. The whole thing, from beginning to end. The songs, the transitions, what you're gonna say, where you're gonna stand. Plan all of it out. Now, the number one pushback that I get is, well, every single night is different. One night we'll do a half-hour concert because we're sharing the night with 2 or 3 other groups. And then one night we'll only sing for 15 minutes because we're opening for a big act. And then the next night, well, the whole concert is just hours, so it's an hour, hour and a half long. I got this amazing idea. You're gonna love it. Have multiple plans. Yeah, have multiple plans. All right? Have a plan for that night where you're only doing 15 minutes. And also have a great plan for that night that you're singing for 2 hours. All right? So have multiple plans. Here's what I want you to do. First, write out the names of all of your songs. Yeah, every single one of them, top to bottom. I don't care if you know 10 or 1,000. Write down the name of every single song that you know. All right? I want you to be able to look at it right there on the table. Then, I want you to rate the songs. Now, here's what I mean by rate them. I don't want you to rate them according to like which ones you like or which ones are newer or older or whatever. I want you to rate them according to the performance intensity of that song. For instance, if we're rating this on a scale of 1 to 10, a 10 is going to be like that song that blows the roof off the place, and when you are done, people are like pinned to the back wall of the church. It is intense. It is just intense. The song is bigger than the building, all right? That song is a 10. Conversely, a 1 is the song where it's very, very quiet at the end. No one dares to speak. You could hear a pin drop in the place, all right? That song is a 1. Maybe you sang it from a stool. It's got a really just a heartfelt message. Okay, that song is a 1. There's the 10, there's the 1 where it's quiet, you can hear a pin drop. Now, every song in your concert can't be a 10, all right? It'll blow their minds 2, 3 songs in, and you'll lose them the whole rest of the night, all right? You can't do that. You can only have a couple 10s a night in your concert. Same with the 1s, okay? You can't have a concert that's just full of a whole bunch of 1s and 2s. You can't do that. They will fall asleep, literally. You've seen them, and you know I'm not lying. You'll lose them, okay? You just can't have all 1s and 2s. Here's what I recommend. I recommend you start your concert with a 5, maybe a 6. It's right across the plate. It's right across the middle. It's a mid-tempo song. It's what I like to call an introduction song. If you were going to introduce yourself to somebody, you would walk up to them and be like, hey, my name is Paul Secord, Gospel Road Coach. We're going to have a great time tonight. I'm glad you came, all right? That's like a 5, a 6, okay? You don't start a relationship. You don't introduce yourself to somebody at a 10. Paul Secord, it's gonna be a great night, yeah! You don't do that. So why would you do it in your concert, all right? You wanna start a relationship with them so you can take them somewhere over the course of the night. You want them to be with you. So start with something normal. It's crazy, I know. And conversely, you wouldn't start with a 1, all right? Don't start your concert with a 1 or a 2, all right? You just imagine taking the stage. Hey, I'm Paul. Just let it bless you. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that in a relationship, so don't do it with your relationship with your audience, all right? Rate your songs from 1 to 10. The 10 is intense. The 1 is the pin drop. And here's what you do. If you start at a 5, all right, if you start at about a 5 or a 6, that's your introduction song. That gives people an idea of the good time they're going to have there that night. It's something they can tap their toes to, clap along, nod their heads. They're like, all right, I like these guys. That's all you're trying to do. You're trying to say, hey, this is who we are. Get ready for a good night. The next song, up the ante a little bit. Take it to a 6 or a 7. A little more energy. They'll come along with you. They will feel the energy. All right? Your next song, maybe take it back down to that 5 again. All right? Just kind of hit the reset button. Then, your 4th song, maybe dip it down to a 3 or a 4. All right? Something a little more intimate, a little more worshipful. You've given them some energy and they'll go there. So you can see what we're doing there. When we start At this 5, we just kind of start to poke our head up there a little bit to the 6 or 7, then down to the 4. And then we can start getting further and further away from that center line as the night progresses. And they will come with you because you've established the relationship from the beginning. So you can't start at the 5 and then go right to the 10 with the next song. They're just not going to be with you yet, okay? Of course, there are outliers, there are anomalies to all of these things. This is a basic rule. If you start with the 5, by the end of the night, you can go 1 and 10, and they will be right with you. I promise you they will if you start right there and you take them somewhere. You can start to work the more extreme numbers on this intensity scale. Once you get then to the 2s and the 9s and the 1s and the 10s, the audience is going to be with you. They're going to have a great time. You're going to have a great time. Plan out your transitions between these songs, okay? Plan them out. But first, it starts with writing out your songs. Rate them. Put together a 15-minute concert, a half hour, a 45-minute, an hour and a half, a 2-hour. Put together 4 or 5 different plans so when you walk into a venue, you're like, I got a plan for tonight, and there is great comfort in that. I'm telling you. Now, I know we want to be open to the leading of the Holy Spirit. You want to let the Lord lead you when you take the stage. That's great. So do I. But I think that same Lord can lead you when you're putting together a plan for your concert. All right? He's not restricted to that stage. That's not the only place where he speaks and moves. Have a plan. That way, when you take the stage, if the Lord moves your heart and the Lord speaks to you then and asks you to do something different, you can. But start with a plan. It's going to make your concerts better. Now, if you need help with any of this stuff, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm in Nashville about half the time. The rest of the time, I'm traveling around the country, singing for Jesus and having a good time doing it. But you can always find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, gospelroadcoach@gmail.com. Lots of people reach out to me that way. So find me. Happy to help you out. Until then, have a plan, and I'll see you out there.